Alright, spoiler time for Jurassic World. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this. Do you like my alien Jurassic Park shirt? I do. And then the movie started, and I kind of sat there and I waited. I marveled at the, sight of the park. Finally, the park's open, there's people in it. That was a sight to see, the park's open. We're going in, we're seeing John Hammond's vision come to life. That's really exciting. But then you kind of just sit there and wait for something to happen. You know, you're getting introduced to all the characters you don't care about. And then finally you get Chris Pratt. Finally, I'm not kidding. Like Bryce Dallas Howard, you don't like her at the beginning. You don't like any of the characters. The teenage boy, he sucked. Really, he did. I was like, if he gets eaten, I'm fine. And then the movie moves along. We're getting introduced to the park owner and this and that and this and that. The guy, he's flying his own helicopter, and yeah, that was odd, but whatever. Vincent D'Onofrio is trying to get Chris Pratt, he's training the Raptors, and D'Onofrio's like, we can use them as opposed to military, and that's so stupid. That really... Okay, Jurassic Park 2, she does gymnastics to kick a raptor out a window. Sure. Jurassic Park 3, he has a stupid, dumb, unnecessary dream of a raptor looking at him and going, Alan. Okay. But Vincent D'Onofrio's character thinks that rather than using drones and this and that, which are pretty deadly and useful, but no, they can be hacked. So instead, let's train fucking raptors and dinosaurs to go out and do the fighting for us. Ow. That is so stupid. Really? It doesn't even make sense that anyone would ever think that's logical. It's just, we need him to think this, so there's a cat in my window. So eventually, we can let the raptors out to go fight the dinosaur. And yeah, okay, you want to get to that, sure. But don't make a character this stupid. Really, you think we're in, somewhere, and rather than having dudes with guns or drones, it's send out the raptors and a bunch of raptors go and eat them? Okay, and then how do you stop them? You kinda can't. That's the point. They're pretty, even though Chris Pratt's training them, he's still on a very thin line of I still might get eaten at any second. So it's stupid. It's fucking dumb. And then they think the dinosaur gets loose, but it turns out because of all the different DNA, it can camouflage itself, it can do this and that. It's very smart. It's a clever girl. But they think it got out, it didn't. It eats some of the people that we knew were going to get eaten. Chris Pratt escapes. The dinosaur escapes. It's killing everyone. It's hunting for sport. You get a sort of heartfelt moment with the... I always think of it as just Littlefoot from Land Before Time, the long-necked dinosaur. You know what I mean? And that was the one part, I think it was a practical effect in animatronic, and Chris Pratt's just petting it or whatever as it dies. Kind of sad. I cared more about that dinosaur than 98% of the characters in the movie. Bryce Dallas Howard slowly becomes a tougher, more I'm gonna fucking fight character, and I enjoy her a little bit more. Chris Pratt, as always, is the man. There's a couple moments like the kids, really, okay, we're in a field. Hey, look at that big open space that looks like it was broken open. Cool. And they go in there no, that's so stupid. Then they almost die, and there's winks and nods. The part where the thing's smashing down and almost kills them, but it lands right inside so it doesn't. That's right out of the first movie. And there's all these winks and nods. They discover the place with the Jeeps is the old setup from the first movie where the T-Rex busted in and did his magnificent roar and the banners falling down. I thought so, and it's got that kid's glasses from the first movie, the weird goggle things. There's all these little Easter eggs all over the place, and I loved it. But yeah, we're getting to the finale. All the stock characters die. I felt bad for the one, Bryce Dallas Howard's assistant, because she's getting scooped up by the flying thing, pterodon or pterodactyl, whatever. Because I think they're technically different things. There's one that had a T-Rex head. I'm that's so funny, but silly. That's cute. But she's getting scooped up and eaten, and it keeps dropping her in the water and trying to eat her, dropping her in the water. And then the big one eats them. I was like, oh, you poor woman. Because it's just when people get that, this, they're dying and it's that horrible, just prolonged, you just feel bad. And then you get the epic finale where Chris Pratt's trying to use the raptors as a weapon against the Indominus Rex, even though it's fought bigger dinosaurs and killed them. And yeah, really, 4 little raptors are gonna kill it. Okay, if that's what you think, but it turns out it is part raptor, so it turns on them. Even though Chris Pratt's trained them and imprinted on them from birth, the Indominus Rex can go hey, oh, 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 or whatever it does. You know what I'm talking about. And I guess he's just no, kill him. Okay, kind of a little bit easy for the Indominus Rex, but they turn on him. But the only one left is Blue because that's the beta. The, like, weak, is that what beta is? There's Alpha and there, Alpha and Omega or something. I forget what it was. I thought it was the beta one. But yeah, Blue is the only one, and it turns out at the end that Chris Pratt and Beta is gonna fight the Indominus Rex on its own, and Bryce Dallas Howard with the flare goes and lets the T-Rex out, and she's leading it back. She's running away in high heels, you know, whatever, but the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex are gonna fight, and the Raptor's gonna help fight the Indominus Rex. That is a badass, awesome moment. It was magnificent, and they lure the Indominus Rex over, and the sea monster thing just eats its ass. I was like, yes! I didn't say it out loud in the theater because I'm respectful, but inside I was just like, oh, because it was just so awesome. The T-Rex looks at the Raptor and he's like, good job. He gives them thumbs up when they go their separate ways. And that's the movie. It had the awesome ending, but and some nice winks and nods here and there. Jake Johnson's just like, the first Jurassic Park was legit, which is true. This one, kind of disappointing overall. Like, there's not that many memorable moments until the end. Like, the first two halves are fine. They're okay. It's just, there's nothing really new, and so it's predictable and we get where it's going. But it's fine, it's perfectly watchable, as I said, B-. Not a terrible rating, it's just, it could have been so much better. Like the third act, if they had that much awesomeness throughout, would have been an amazing movie. So yeah, comment below, tell me you thought Jurassic World, the end epic fight, and all the other spoiler moments. You want to talk about any Easter eggs that made you just really like, oh. And yeah, thanks for watching, I'll see you guys later.